Today on the Trent Out Loud podcast. All right, the question being asked around the world is, did Jay-Z's Accuser mess up, or did Jay-Z get to her and pay her off? Now, we talked about this on Friday in sports news, but it's time we bring it into lead stories. Where is LeBron James, and is he involved in this Jay-Z and Diddy lawsuit? What's up? I told y'all that Rock Nation is watching the internet. Reports are Jaguar Wright is about to get it. What up? It's Trent Out Loud, and now I'm back with another episode. All right, it's Monday morning, not my favorite day of the week, but I have an amazing show set up for y'all, so I'm actually kind of excited. All right, I have 6 lead stories for you. We're going to kick it off by talking about Jay-Z's Accuser getting caught lying. Then we're going to discuss LeBron James stepping away from the Lakers, and actually nobody knows where he is. It's a big mystery. Will Smith finally addresses the Diddy situation, and the mystery woman in the Diddy and Jay-Z lawsuit is actually getting a lawyer. In quick news, we're going to talk about Drake, Donald Trump, Tory Lanez, Kim Kardashian, Chris Brown, Dame Dash, Jamie Foxx, and Offset and Cardi B. As always, we're going to close out the show with question of the day and a little bit of sports news. Y'all know what time it is. Turn your TVs, your radio, or your devices up. I'm about to start this show. Let's go. Our first lead story. Jay-Z Accuser comes forward to NBC News, acknowledges inconsistencies in her allegations. All right, the weekend was pandemonium. Like, every blog site, every news, it was everywhere. Jay-Z's Accuser messes up, inconsistencies. It was nuts. I literally almost jumped on and gave you guys a special weekend episode. But I held back because I wanted to gather all my information and to get on the phone and talk and give you just guys a good podcast. Now, let me tell you how it went down on my end, all right? I was literally just scrolling through my phone and I saw Rock Nation put out a statement. This is before I heard anything. All I read was this statement. It says, today's investigative report proves this attorney, Busby, filed a falseless claim against me in the pursuit of money and fame. This incident didn't happen, and yet he filed it in court and doubled down in the press. True justice is coming. Sean Carter. And I was like, what is going on? What do you mean today's investigative report? I had no clue what was going on at first. Then I swiped left, and this was a statement from Alex, Jay-Z's lawyer. It says, it's stunning that a lawyer, Tony Busby, would not only file such a serious complaint without proper vetting, but would make things worse by further peddling false stories in the press. I was like, what's going on? So boom, I went on, opened up a site, and I typed in, I said, Jay-Z statement, lawyer statement, update. And then pops up this NBC news story that says Jay-Z Accuser comes forward to NBC News and acknowledges inconsistencies. And I clicked and watched the video, and I heard this.
After the alleged rape, she says she ran to a gas station where she called her father, who picked her up and drove her home. In an interview, her father said he could not verify the claims. Quote, I felt like I would remember that, and I don't.
Your own father doesn't remember picking you up? What? I couldn't believe, literally, I had to read the article 2 times, and then I had to watch the video, and I was like, I cannot believe this. But then it gets worse. Listen to this.
Spoke to musicians Benji Madden and his brother.
I'm talking to Benji Madden about his tattoos.
A representative of the Maddens confirmed that they did not attend the 2000 VMAs and that they were on tour in the Midwest at the time.
All right, so her second inconsistency is, hey, I was at a party talking with somebody, and now this person puts out a statement that says, not only was I not at that party, I wasn't even in that state. Okay, she still says, yes, I made those 2 inconsistencies in my statement, but she says, I stand firm by my allegations. I just made some mistakes. Okay, fine. You want to give her the benefit of the doubt. Sometimes when you recount a story, some things are wrong. Fine. To me, the more damaging thing is what Tony Busby said to those inconsistencies. Tony Busby said, Jane Doe's case was referred to us by another firm who vetted it before sending it to us. Our client remains adamant that what she said was true, and we will continue to vet her claims and collect more evidence. Tony, how could you continue to vet a case that you've already submitted? It just doesn't even make any sense. But hold on. There's an explanation for that. Let me get to it. Before I get to it, he does kind of save his statement at the end, and he says, Jane Doe is willing to take a polygraph test, and we've never had a client even suggest that on her own. Normally, it's the other side. So although he says he's still vetting it, he still says that, hey, she's willing to take a polygraph exam. That kind of saves it for me, but still, it doesn't make sense why you would be vetting a case that you have already submitted. Now, there are rumblings going around that the reason why this doesn't make sense is because Jay-Z is being smarter than Diddy. Let me explain. We all know that Diddy had an allegation from Cassie. He paid her off. And what happened when he paid her off? Nobody believed him. The fact that he paid her off was people thought that was an admission of guilt. So what some people are saying now is Jay-Z had this come out last week, Sunday. Things are not horrible, but they're not great. They're not great. It's not looking good. So instead of Jay-Z paying this suit off, again, this is what people are saying, that what they're doing is saying, look, I will pay you, but you cannot say anything, sign this NDA, and also you got to make yourself look bad so you completely discredit yourself. The misconception, the inconsistencies do seem pretty crazy. My father doesn't remember, right? There was somebody there. Tony Busby saying, hey, I'm still vetting the case. It does seem pretty extreme. I've showed you guys reports or videos of other lawyers saying that Tony Busby is one of the most successful lawyers in the US. Why would Tony Busby, who is one of the most successful lawyers in the US, make such a grave mistake of submitting a case that he's still vetting? How could you submit a case that you're still looking into? Why would he come out and say something like that? Why would a person who is prepped by Tony Busby make such large inconsistencies in her story? Like I said, the word on the street is, this is what's happening. All right, I'll pay you guys off, but you got to make yourself look so bad, right, that I look innocent. I don't know. Also, from what I've heard, now it's up to the judge, because of course, as you guys know, in a civil case, there's the media side of it, of how are you going to look in the media, which is the most important side. But there's also the judge, right? The judge is now going to determine, should this case get thrown out because Tony Busby submitted it while he's still vetting it? Should it get thrown out that Jane Doe has two huge inconsistencies? We'll see what the judge says. The media side, when you look in the comment section, there's people who are like, I told you guys not to believe her. But then there's also a lot of people who, like the story, like the buzz that I told you is, Jay-Z paid her off and now she's making herself look bad. She's folding. So I feel like in the media, it's 50-50. We'll see what the judge is going to say. Who knows? As always, I put it back on you guys. Tell me in the comment section below. Send me emails. Do you feel like this was just frivolous from the beginning? Like this was never a true story, and Tony Busby and Jane Doe just made these huge mistakes, and NBC has just uncovered one of the biggest allegations towards a celebrity in the past 20, 30 years? Did they just discover this? Or is this Jay-Z being really smart, like a lot of people have said that he was Jaguar Wright? So y'all let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I'm torn, man. Let me know what you guys think. Our second lead story, LeBron James steps away from the Lakers for personal reasons as he plays some of his worst basketball of his career. LeBron James is not with the team right now, JJ Redick told reporters while at practice on Wednesday. He's out for personal reasons, excused absence. James missed his first game of the season last Sunday against the Trailblazers And and that was his first after setting a goal of wanting to play 82 games at his age of 40 years old. So that is the headline, right? Oh, he's not playing good basketball right now. But when you dig a little bit deeper, things aren't really adding up and making much sense. Before I even continue, let me just play a video from Perez Hilton so you can hear that there's somebody else that doesn't feel like this, that these things are not adding up. Take a listen.
Okay, something is not adding up here. Red flag. Clearly, I don't follow basketball closely, but I am a BS expert, and something smells here. NBA giant and Lakers star LeBron James missed the game on Sunday.
All right, let me tell you guys why things aren't really adding up. First of all, do you remember when this Diddy case first hit? Not the Cassie part, but when he was arrested by the feds, I was like, yo, this has the potential to change the entire entertainment industry forever. This is what I was alluding to. Now, yes, LeBron James might not be playing the best basketball, but maybe there's a reason. And maybe LeBron James might want to get traded. Okay, sure. But it all just doesn't make sense. Personal reasons, excuse absence. LeBron James was playing amazing basketball at the beginning of the season. People were, oh my gosh, can't believe at age 40. Why all of a sudden now? Is the heat getting turned up in the kitchen? Jay-Z, Tony Busby adds Jay-Z to the case. You have Celebrity B, who we talked about on Friday and who we'll talk about in lead stories again. Getting a lawyer, lawyering up. We're hearing other things coming about. Diddy not getting bail. Things are getting tense in the entertainment industry, and it's just not looking good for these celebs, athletes, and politicians. The reason why I say all of that is if LeBron James is not playing great basketball, he would just continue to play. LeBron James is one of the greatest basketball players, and arguably some people say the greatest basketball player. When you're in a slum, you continue playing, right? Like when you are about to get traded, you continue playing. I've never seen it, and I've never seen this, and I've been watching basketball a long time. I've never seen a player just excuse themselves for personal reasons. And like I said, why is he not playing such good basketball? Is he stressed? Nobody knows exactly where LeBron James is. I talked about this in sports news, because every time I talk about an athlete, whatever, we stick it in sports news. But I have to bring this up into lead stories because it's just not adding up. It's not making sense. On Friday, we played that little clip where LeBron James has been quoted as saying, there ain't no party like a Diddy party. And people have been talking about that. I think it's more than just that little clip. Like I told you guys, that came from a live when him and Diddy was on a live saying, ain't no party like a Diddy party. Everybody in Hollywood has said ain't no party like a Diddy party. Where is LeBron James? I have made numerous calls around. I can't find him. I haven't been able to find one person in the industry who could pinpoint, like, yeah, I'm telling you, LeBron James is right here, right now. Perez Hilton, he doesn't know what's going on, and he feels like there's some BS going on. Like, what's up with LeBron and what's going on? Now that this whole Jay-Z thing seems to be quieting down, is Tony Busby now moving on to the next person? Is it Celebrity B? Is it LeBron James? What's going on? And the last point that I would add to the mystery is, we told you guys around 2 weeks ago, LeBron James said he's stepping away from social media. He's like, I'm done with social media. And we all know that LeBron James is very active on social media. So why is LeBron James just, I'm done with social media. I'm not playing anymore. I'm taking time off. Excuse absence. And now we don't know where he is? I don't know, man. If anybody out there, you internet detectives, have any information, let me know. I am dry, and I am never dry. I can always find things out. Perez Hilton can always find things out. Where's LeBron James? I don't know. Our third lead story. Will Smith says he got nothing to do with Diddy's freak-off parties despite online rumors. Will Smith is not happy about the rumors of him being involved with Diddy's freak-off parties. the actor slash rapper took to the stage and addressed the crowd, saying all the memes with him and Diddy are not true, and he has nothing to do with Diddy and those freak off parties. I told y'all things are getting hot out here. Why, after 6 months, has Will Smith all of a sudden this past weekend decided, let me come out and deny these allegations now, all of a sudden? Almost around the same time that Jay-Z's Jane Doe accuser gets caught with inconsistencies in her story. Will Smith is like, yo, I just want to let you all know that now I got nothing to do with it. Here's a little clip, and just listen to Will Smith.
I've been seeing y'all memes and stuff. People be making memes. But I haven't addressed any of this publicly, but I just want to say this very clearly. I don't have to do with Puffy, so y'all can stop all their memes. Nowhere near no damn freak off.
Celebrity B, LeBron James, Will Smith, Jay-Z. I told you guys the entertainment industry has never experienced something like this. Diddy knows a lot. And a lot of people are worried. I have more lead stories about Diddy and Bale and the celebrities, but don't tell me that it's a coincidence that now, after 6 months, arguably even longer, because this Diddy and Cassie thing happened almost this time last year. So it's almost been about a year. And from the minute it happened, people have been saying Will Smith, and all of a sudden Will Smith is like, yo, I'm tired of y'all memes, man. I have to say this is my first time. And Will's my guy. That's my guy. Will, what's up, bro? Our fourth lead story. Jay-Z's legal team reportedly preparing lawsuit against Jaguar Wright over explosive claims. Jaguar Wright may have pushed Jay-Z too far after making shocking allegations against both Jay-Z and Beyoncé in a series of YouTube interviews and on Piers Morgan's show. Jay-Z's legal team is allegedly gearing up for a lawsuit. Jaguar Wright now claims her statements were manipulated or edited with AI as she retracts her remarks, but it might be too late. Jaguar has alleged a couple of times things about Jay-Z, Beyoncé, and Diddy. All right. I feel like this whole episode is I told you so, I told you so. Last week, when I first spoke to you about Jay-Z being added to this Diddy lawsuit, I think it was episode 393 or 394. I had a piece of paper in my hand, and I told y'all, yo, I typed this out, sent it in an email to my lawyers, because I want to make sure everything I say about Jay-Z is proper so I don't get no lawsuits or cease and desist letters. Rock Nation, from what I've heard, is that Rock Nation is scouring the internet looking for popular content creators that are saying things that are wrong. And I want to make sure I protect myself. And it looks like Jaguar really wasn't doing the same thing. We all know that Piers Morgan has gotten himself in a little bit of hot water, but he retracted very, very quickly, and he apologized to both Jay-Z and Beyoncé. You haven't heard Jaguar apologizing for anything. Now, I'm not saying that she is going to or that she should. I'm just saying she better be careful, because Rock Nation is nothing to play with. Now, I've always said that I will talk about things, but you always have to be careful of what you say. Make sure you say alleged and stuff like this. And like I always say, just run it by your legal team, especially if you have things to lose. So we'll see what comes of this. For those of you who don't know who Jaguar Wright is, like, she has been adamant about Jay-Z and Beyoncé and the wrong things that they have been doing. I could literally do a 3-hour podcast. Like, she's been saying things like this for the past 3 or 4 years. I find it funny that she's like, oh, this was just AI, and how could you recant? There's literally hundreds of videos, Jaguar, so I don't know how you could say that, recant that now. But anyways, I digress. That's up to you and your legal team. But we'll see. I don't know if this is another like Cardi B, Tasha K thing. We'll see what happens. We'll see if Jay-Z and Beyoncé actually follows through with it. Maybe this might not even be true. Who knows? It's alleged. Gotta be careful. But we'll see what happens if Jaguar changes her tune. Our fifth lead story. Diddy has given up on being released from jail after being denied bail 3 times. Diddy is no longer trying to get out of jail before his trial begins. After being denied bail 3 times, his lawyer has filed a motion asking for his attempt to get appeal to be dismissed. Mr. Combs does not seek to be reappealed from the district court and removes his motion and hereby voluntarily dismisses the appeal. All right, so this is shocking to most people because since Diddy has been arrested, all he's ever tried to do was get bail, get bail, get bail, get bail. He's tried everything under the sun. I've reported it here a bunch of times. I even told you guys I've heard, in the streets that he's called on favors. He's calling Donald Trump. He's doing everything to help him. I even heard that Donald Trump may have been trying to help him. We all know like the district attorneys, the district attorney that resigned. There's been a lot of stuff, and there's a new Trump one that's going to come on. There's a lot of stuff. Now, why is he not trying anymore? Why isn't he trying anymore? I told you guys, I know it was last week. I think it was either Wednesday or Thursday show if you want to go back and listen to it. I told you guys a big thing that happened and a lot of people are not reporting about it. The prosecutor on Diddy's case has discovery, which is all the evidence they have against Diddy. And they put it on a computer for Diddy to review, to review with his lawyer to build his defense. Now, reports were coming out from the jail that they were blocking Diddy's access to this laptop and they weren't giving him his laptop. That was one of the reasons why Diddy was saying, I have to get out on bail, not because I want to have fun and have parties, but because I need to prepare my defense and I don't even have access to my discovery. That's the reasons why they were saying that they wanted bail. Now, I told you guys last week that Diddy's lawyers won that, and now Diddy gets access to having his laptop Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Okay, so from 8 till 3 p.m. There's no internet, there's no nothing. He can't be surfing or whatever, but it's just a laptop with discovery. So what I was saying in last week's episode is that's what they're going to use as a grounds for mistrial. Like, hey, we never had opportunity to build a proper defense because you guys weren't even allowing my client access to his computer. Now that they've given him access, of course, now they're not going to fight for bail because their whole point was, hey, I need to get out to prepare my defense. So that is the reason why he's not going to ask for bail anymore. Now, the second reason is, like I said, my guess is that they're going to try for a mistrial. It still will hold weight. He's just now going to try to seem like he was just a good person. You see, you guys gave me my laptop and I didn't try for bail anymore, but you guys give it to me too late, and that will be my grounds for a mistrial. So this is just mind games, and his lawyer is like, look, sit tight, 5 months, stop, being on the internet, don't do anything with your kids, let's just stay quiet, stay out of people's mind, and we're going to use this whole laptop as a reason for a mistrial. I promise you that's what's going to happen, and that's why he cannot ask for bail anymore, because he has this laptop. A lot of people are not talking about it, but I'm telling you, that's the reason why. Our sixth lead story. Mystery female celeb who allegedly watched Jay-Z and Diddy is lawyering up. All right, we talked about this last week, and I kind of sprinkled it in a little bit earlier today too. But here is news on Celebrity B. All right, on Friday, Fox News Digital quoted several attorneys who gave surprise insight into the potential next legal steps for Celebrity B ahead of her name possibly getting let out to the public. According to the defense attorney, even though the world doesn't know who Celebrity B is yet, it doesn't mean that she is not getting a lawyer. Okay, so that is confirmed. And it says here in the article, Celebrity B is 100% lawyering up. Okay, and she's probably reviewing her demand letter right now. They also said, don't expect Celebrity B to come forward or try to get ahead of the story like Jay-Z did. The unnamed female celeb coming forward on her own would obviously be a bad move and would drag her name through the mud. This article is not correct because Jay-Z did not get ahead of it. Jay-Z knew about it almost a month or 2 months. He tried to bring Tony Busby to court, but he actually filed his case against Tony Busby under a John Doe. So he was actually trying to hide it and not come out. It was Tony Busby that put Jay-Z's name out, and then he came. Nobody's going to try to get ahead with something. No one's going to come out and say, yeah, it's me. Of course, that's not true. Okay, so here is a great thing of the article. Now, one of the defense attorneys said what the mystery female could do is come out of when Tony Busby puts out her name. She could come out and say, yes, I was there, but I wasn't there on my own free will. I was there as a victim as well. Diddy has been known as this scary person who, was making Cassie do these things or making everybody do those things. So the defense attorney, or one defense attorney, is saying that is what she could say if Tony Busby puts her name out. She's already working. I told you guys Friday that she is waiting to see what is happening with Jay-Z. Is he going to get backlash? Is he going to have to pay off? What's going on? She knows that it doesn't look good for her. And like I said earlier, is Jay-Z's name fully out the clear? No. Is this NBC thing helping? 1000%. But when you still look in the comment section, it's still weighing, I would say, equally 50-50. He may have a little bit of an advantage. But again, we still have to see what the judge says. If the judge says, okay, there's inconsistencies, Tony's still vetting, I'm still going to let the case proceed. Still doesn't look good for Jay-Z. So she's already building a defense. She's already coming out and saying, yo, I was there. Or she will come out and say, sorry, got to be careful. She will come out and say, or she may allegedly come out and say, yes, I was there, but I wasn't there willingly. Diddy made me be there. What would you guys think if you heard this person, this female celebrity B, who everybody knows, everybody in the industry knows who it is? I wish I could tell y'all, but they're watching. But what would you say if this female celebrity came out and said, I didn't really want to be there, but I was just there because Diddy made me be there? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. All right, this brings us to quick news. Ring my bell. Drake is giving away $10,000 to the winner of the lookalike contest in Toronto. All right, I saw these headlines all over the place over the weekend. They're very misleading. A lot of blogs have said, yo, Drake is holding a lookalike contest. People, trust me, Drake is not holding a lookalike contest. I'll put all the pictures up for you guys. I actually even have a video. But this is a bakery in Toronto. The bakery was on 1034 Queen Street West, actually like a couple of streets down from my old store on Queen Street. Shout out to Queen West. So a bakery decided, oh, let's have a Drake lookalike contest. Drake heard about the contest and was like, yo, you know what? I'm going to give you, I don't know what the prize is, but I'm going to give you 10 bands to the winner. This is what Drake does in Toronto. I know the rest of the world doesn't know what happens day to day in Toronto, but Drake is very, 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 very tied into the city. All these things that don't make big media, Drake knows about. So Drake is just supporting his city, supporting this local bakery, and that's it. Everybody else is making it seem like, oh my gosh, Drake is so narcissistic. He's this, whoever. Drake has nothing to do with this. I'm not standing up for him. Yes, that's my guy. Y'all know I'm a big Drake fan, #1 fan. But just the truth is that Drake had nothing to do with this. He's just supporting a local bakery and just local energy. And he does this all the time, even things that are not affiliated with him. Drake is super tied in to the Toronto community and he knows everything that's going on. Shout out to Drizzy. I like that he's doing this and I like that he's always supporting Toronto. Our second quick story. Donald Trump responds to Doug Ford's threats to cut off energy exports. He says it's okay if he does that, that's fine, but the US is subsidizing Canada. Now, I have a little clip so that you could hear Donald Trump in his own words. And normally when Donald Trump gets a threat, he's a lot more aggressive in his replies. Take a listen and tell me what y'all think.
Trump responded to Ford's threat today, saying this.
Well, that's okay if he does that. That's fine. But the United States is subsidizing Canada.
As always, this is not a political podcast. We are not right. We are not left. We're not for Donald Trump or Biden. We just put things out there, what's in the news. and let me know what you guys think. Is Donald Trump a little worried about Doug Ford and Canada turning off the electricity? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. Y'all let me know. Our third quick story. Tory Lanez says his only regret on the night was leaving the pool with Kylie Jenner. Says he's coming home soon. In a new song with Diddy, Tory Lanez raps about how he is coming home sooner than expected. And he also states that his biggest regret that night, the night of Megan Thee Stallion, was not staying in the pool with Kylie Jenner. All right, we talked about this DDG feature last episode, on Friday's episode. And I didn't think much of it. I was just like, yo, everyone's talking about it, but DDG is just trolling. As you know, people don't like when, or some people don't like when artists work with like a Chris Brown or a Tory Lanez, et cetera, et cetera. But now over the weekend, people started digging more into the lyrics, and he's saying, I'm coming home earlier than expected. He's saying, that night I should have just stayed in the pool with Kylie. For those of you who don't know, Tory Lanez is going to be back in court in November, and he's trying to get out on, I can't remember what his grounds are, but there's some grounds of that he wants to have his case reheard or ask for a mistrial or whatever. Now, Tory, and there are some grounds, I just can't remember right now. We talked about it like 2 or 3 weeks ago. He has a little bit of a chance. If you have a little bit of a chance of getting out on whatever the grounds are, why would you talk about it on a track for a little bit of hype? This is the same reason what got him in trouble to begin with. If you guys remember, at first, Megan never said anything. She said that she got glass in her foot. It was Tory on Instagram agitating her, pushing her, and she was like, okay, you know what? You want to get on the gram and you want to start talking mess? No problem. It was Tory who did it. I don't understand why this guy cannot stay off the internet, stay off of these tracks, and just keep his mouth shut and just fight his case in court. This is just going to agitate people and just a dumb move. Our fourth quick story. Drea Kelly explains why she still has her last name despite her ex-husband's history. She said, I earned this name in blood, sweat, and tears. Drea Kelly had time to address her recent allegations of keeping her last name. Recently, she was asked why she decided to keep the controversial last name, and this is what she said. I have a video. Take a listen.
People have commented that your kids are grown. Why do you still carry R. Kelly's last name? How do you feel when people say that?
The last name Kelly gets 2020 to follow me. The last name Kelly gets me on CNN.
Now, I am not a woman, so I don't know what it is like or will ever be like to not keep my last name and take somebody else's last name. But one thing I know for certain. If she changes her name to her maiden name and she's known as Drea Smith, people are still going to refer to her as R. Kelly's ex-wife. So if you need to keep your name so that people care about you, if that's what you think, you're wrong. Because nobody even knows the name Drea Kelly. No one's going to be, oh, Drea Kelly, that must be R. Kelly's ex-wife. No, the headline will be R. Kelly's ex-wife. So if that's the reason, I don't agree with. If you are going to say that you're going to keep it because you want to relate with your kids, that maybe I kind of understand because your kids can't change their last name. So I understand. But don't say you need it so that people can recognize you because we ain't recognizing you anyway. Our fifth quick story. Beyonce wins top country female artist at Billboard Music Awards. Beyonce won her first country award. The superstar took home the award for top female country artist at the Billboard Awards. Her first win after releasing her debut country album, Cowboy Carter. She was also nominated for Dance and Top Country Album. Top Country Album. She won for female, not country album, period. This is the reason why I like the Billboard Awards. Like Jay-Z says, men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Beyonce wasn't even nominated at the Country Awards, but she wins female country at Billboard. You know why? Because it has to do with the numbers and not people's opinion. Shout out to Beyonce. Our sixth quick story. The girls were out in support of Kim Kardashian's Skims flagship store in NYC. All right, this literally took over the internet over the weekend. I saw pics all over the place. Cardi B looking good. Tiana Taylor, my girl, looking amazing. Sierra and Lala showed up for your girl, Kim Kardashian. Say whatever you want about Kim. Great businesswoman, opening up flagships, doing collabos with North Face. Like, Kim is really doing it this year. Hats off to her. And yeah, I thought the girls looked great. And just wanted to highlight that Tiana Taylor looks the best because that's my baby mama. Our seventh quick story. Chris Brown arrives in South Africa for his stadium show in Johannesburg. All right, I have a picture up here beside me for those who are not seeing this. Chris Brown lying on the floor in the stadium. Now, if you guys remember a couple of weeks ago, we reported that there was petitions and protests from women not wanting Chris Brown to come to South Africa or to perform or do a show. Like I told you guys about Tory Lanez and about Chris Brown, there's always going to be people on both sides. We have done some research, called around. For those of you who don't know, I used to live in South Africa for a year. I was out there modeling. So called around a couple of my friends. I know 2-3 people actually went. No problems. Everything went off without a hitch, like no problems. If anybody heard of anything, let me know. But apparently Chris was there on the 14th and the 15th. No problem. His show went off. There's I actually have video of it. There's reported 100,000 people showed up for this concert for Chris Brown. It was crazy. I wish I could have been there. But anyways, yeah, I have the video. I'll play the video up beside me. No problems for what I've heard. Went off without a hitch. And yeah, shout out to my people, South Africa, Johannesburg, and the entire continent of Africa. Our eighth quick story. OnlyFans model Lily Phillips says, I've learned from my mistakes. I need a bucket of lube to pull off my next feat of 1,000 men. Man, the internet. Lily Phillips explains her tearful reaction after being with 100 men in 24 hours, says what she'll do differently next time to break the record in the time frame when she tries to be with 1,000 men. Y'all know what I mean by try to be with, I hope. Last week, this was all over the internet where Lily was, it was kind of like a documentary style, kind of like talking to her after. And everybody, well, not everybody, but a lot of people kind of felt bad for her. She was crying. She said, I didn't eat well and she feels bad. And, you know, she was crying. And it was like, yo, it almost seemed like she came to like a revelation of like, yo, this is not something I want to do. Lo and behold, she talks to TMZ. I'm going to have a video playing for you. But she's like, yeah, I was a little bit overwhelmed, but I learned now exactly what I want to do. And for those of you who don't know, that was just a dry run. The 100 men was just a dry run to figure out how I'm going to pull off 1,000 in 24 hours. Like, you can't make this stuff up. Listen to the video.
The whole reason why we actually did the 100 was like a dry run for the 1,000, maybe breaking the world record.
I wonder what the people who felt sorry for her feel after finding out this part. Just crazy, man. Our ninth quick story. Donald Trump shares his plans to eliminate daylight savings times. Donald Trump says the GOP plans to eliminate the inconvenient and costly tradition of daylight savings time. Okay, I never knew this was such a big deal. I was watching something on Friday or Saturday, and some senator said that it was like a big thing in his state, and every time they bring it up for a vote, it's like people come out and protest. I didn't know it was such a big thing. I hate daylight savings times. Like, I am a morning person, but I am also a night person. I have insomnia, so listen, I don't even sleep, period. So you can call me in the day or the night, I'll be up. However, I do really hate going to bed. Not going to bed, but I really do hate it being dark at like 4 o'clock or 4:30. It's crazy. How do y'all feel about daylight savings time? Is it that much of a big thing? Like, we've been living with it for our entire lives. So for me, I just didn't think it was a big deal, but I would definitely be on the side of eliminating it. Yes, you get less daylight in the morning, but you get it more in the afternoon. I don't know. I think that's better if you ask me. Let me know. And is it really that much of a big deal? Our 10th quick story. Dame Dash reacts to claims of Jay-Z being added to the Diddy lawsuit and says Cat Williams and Jaguar Wright look like fortune tellers. All right, when I saw that Dame finally was going to be commenting on this, I ran to this story and thought it was going to be crazy. And I don't even have a clip to play for you because Dame didn't even say anything. He didn't say anything. He didn't allude to anything. For those of you who don't know, well, most of you must know already right now, Jay-Z and Dame have been beefing for the past 10 or 15 years. They started Rockefeller Records together, et cetera, et cetera. So I thought he was going to take this opportunity to throw Jay under the bus. If anybody knows Jay-Z, it's Dame Dash. People are also saying that, the whole Dame Dash Aaliyah thing, that Dame has a lot of skeletons in his closet, so Dame Dash can't say anything. But, Dame Dash literally just lost reasonable doubt, and he has no money, so what does he have to lose, really? But there's just no tea. He didn't say anything. He just said that TikTok has been saying that he was up next, Jaguar Wright saying he was up next, and Cat Williams saying that he's up next. But everybody said that he was up next. We all knew that he was up next because he was right beside Diddy all the time. I was saying that he was up next. That's not being a fortune teller. That's just knowing that 2 + 2 = 4. So we'll see if maybe Dame is treading lightly. Maybe he came out and said this, and now he's going to go to Jay and be like, hey, you know what? I came out, had your back, hit me off with a couple of mil. You know what I mean? Who knows what Dame is up to? But we'll see. But Dame is not saying anything. Our 11th quick story. Federal appeals court denies TikTok's bid to delay their ban. On Friday, the Federal Court of Appeals denied the temporary block on the ban with TikTok. As previously reported, Chinese parent company TikTok ByteDance has until next month to sell its stake or face being banned in the United States. I am shocked by this. The ban, I think, if I'm not mistaken, is January the 19th. Yes, I'm right. It's January the 19th. TikTok will be banned. Donald Trump is coming into power the next day, January the 20th. We told you guys last week, that TikTok is just attempting to have it delayed because Donald Trump, during his campaign rally, said that he was going to fight to not have the ban be implemented and he was going to help TikTok. That was his campaign promise. But if the ban starts January the 19th and he only gets into power the next day, it looks like the ban is going to happen unless ByteDance sells, and ByteDance says it's not going to sell. So unless something changes, TikTok is going to get banned. And I literally thought the Court of Appeal would at least say they'll hear them, but they said they won't even hear them. So there's no delay. This is pretty much going to happen. Unless I'm mistaken, but Donald Trump doesn't have power before 12 p.m. January the 20th. And this ban is going to happen January the 19th. This is scary, man. I've always said I'm on my side. I'm on the side of all my content creators. I have friends that make money on TikTok. This is scary for them. I have also said that I am a little worried of the whole Chinese thing. And here in Canada, they are not banning it, but they're not allowing them to have offices. And my whole thing is, you won't allow TikTok to have offices here, but you're still allowing the app to be here. It doesn't make sense. So I'm on both sides on this. As a content creator and a YouTuber, I'm obviously going to more lean to the content creator side, but damn, it just looks like it's going to be over, and I don't know what's going to happen now. Our 12th quick story. A spokesperson for Jamie Foxx shares that he had to get stitches after his birthday dinner Friday night. It was alleged that Jamie Foxx may have been in an altercation during his birthday dinner at Mr. Chow's Friday night. A spokesperson for the entertainer confirmed that he did get stitches to TMZ. All right, so there's a lot of reports going around out there that he was with his Jamie Foxx was with his daughter for his birthday at Mr. Chow's, and an altercation happened. There is a statement that Jamie Foxx put out himself, not through a spokesperson. He said, yes, this did happen. He said, I'm out, I'm fine, and these are just things working against me. A lot of people are alluding this to his special, and they're trying to tie it back to Diddy. I feel like everything that happens now, it's Diddy, because, they're saying that in his special, he made fun of Diddy, said, hey, I left the parties early. I left at 9:00. Weird things were going around. So it's alleged that Diddy had something to do with this altercation and caused Jamie to get. I don't really believe it. I think it's probably something else like stupid fans or whatever, but y'all are going to believe whatever you want to believe. So let me know in the comment section below if you think Diddy had something to do with this. I don't. Our 13th quick story. Offset posts and delete a DM from Cardi B exposing his side chick Pri. All right, listen to this carefully, all right? Offset dropped his new single, Swing My Way, along with a video, and you know that comes along with some controversy. The Migos rapper posted and deleted a screenshot exposing his DM inbox. So, one, y'all know I don't get into relationships. I don't really talk about Remy Ma and Papoose. I'll report it, but I'm not getting into, the he said, she said, and I'm not going to do this with Cardi B and Offset. Two, it's not even really a thing. We all know it's because his song is just out. They released it and he wants to create some hype. We've seen this story before. We all know that they are divorced and they're not together. So why all of a sudden are you taking screenshots of your inbox? Like, bro, you want to promote your song? Find another way to promote it instead of taking a screenshot of your ex-wife's messages and putting it out there. Like, give me a break. All right, this brings us to question of the day. What was the most memorable cultural moment or entertainment release of 2024 that got everyone talking? All right, this probably is the worst question of the day of 2024 for us because we all know what the answer is going to be. Kendrick Lamar, Not Like Us. I literally have, let's say, like 20, 25 answers here, and they're all Not Like Us. Kendrick Lamar, Not Like Us. Of course, y'all know I'm a Drake fan, and it hurts. But I have to be honest, it is the most memorable entertainment release of 2024. Kendrick did his thing. The second most answer to this question is Cat Williams. And that honestly, not just because I'm a Drake fan, but honestly, I think the most memorable moment of 2024 is Cat Williams. Yes, obviously, Kendrick is like the better answer, but still, we're never going to forget the predictions that Cat Williams said coming out from, I think it was like January the 3rd or the 4th of 2024, and every single thing he said came true. As I told you guys, I think it was a couple of weeks ago, it's been reported that Cat Williams right now is writing and preparing to sit down with Shannon Sharpe for Club Shay Shay Part 2 at the beginning of January. And he said that the first episode or the first interview was light work. Those are just like light jabs. He's coming out like hardcore for 2025. So any celebrities that gets mentioned, watch out. All right, this brings us to sports news. The 2024 Heisman Trophy Award goes to, drumroll please, Travis Hunter. All right. As I was preparing for sports news, I was like, of course, we're going to talk about Travis Hunter, right? He definitely won the Heisman Trophy. And I was going to be like, yo, who else would win it? But as I was getting the story together, I saw this. This is the smallest margin of victory since 2009. Clearly, I do not follow college football as closely as I thought. So Ashton got 2,017 votes, and Travis got, did I say 200? Sorry, 2,017 votes. Travis got 2,231, the smallest victory since 2009. So, like I said, I didn't follow it this super closely this year. I only caught a couple of games, but if anybody did, let me know in the comment section below. People are saying that Ashton should have won, that Travis, yes, did a good job, but he wasn't number one in any stats. So that's why they feel like Ashton should have won. I don't know. I'm team Travis Hunter. Shout out to Travis. All right. That is it for my Monday show. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Before I let you go, I'm just going to remind you guys of all the ways to keep up with the Trend Out Loud podcast. If you're used to watching this show on YouTube or on podcast platforms, please try to check me out Monday through Friday from 11 to 12 on CFQR600.com or 600 AM if you're in the Montreal area. We do play the Trend Out Loud podcast, but we mix it in with 90s and 2000s hip hop and R&B. It's a great way to get your entertainment and viral news while listening to your favorite hits from the 90s and 2000s. And I select the music, so you know it's going to be dope. Now, vice versa, if you're used to getting this show through CFQR600.com and you cannot always catch the show between 11 to 12, we get it, you're busy, you got things to do. I'm going to give you 3 ways to keep up to date with the show. First, on CFQR's website, when you click Listen Live, there's another tab that says Listen On Demand. If you click right there, you will see the Trend Out Loud podcast will pop up with 398 episodes. I can't believe we're almost at episode 400. So there you get access to all podcasts. Listen as your heart desires. The second way is, of course, YouTube. We upload daily on YouTube. And the third way is any podcast platform. Just go to your desired site, type in Trend Out Loud. The show will pop up. Don't forget to hit the follow and subscribe button so that you can be notified every time we upload a new show. And just like YouTube, we upload daily. And don't forget to follow us and subscribe on YouTube as well. Now, for social media platforms, you can follow us on any platform. It's always the same handle, Trent Out Loud. Don't forget to follow the media company, Extra City Media, on Instagram. For those of you who are tuning in on CFQR, do not touch that dial. My homeboy, Don Smooth, is coming up with the midday mix from 12 to 1, and Don is always dropping the hits. I'll see you for tomorrow's show. Peace. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy, Trent Out Loud. Peace.